What's up, guys? The Vandal here. We are gonna check out some more Dark Souls 3. So before I forget, last time I showed you guys that Siegfried is stuck in a well. So while I'm thinking of it, let's see how much it is to buy his armor.
Oh, yes. What can I do? Aren't you glad we made good of things?
While you're down there, then we'll make good. So let's see. It's 8. So it's like 13 grand or so. No, it's more like 16. I'd rather get another level right now, but basically you just need to buy this stuff and
Can't find anything you like. Oh, you could.
or kill patches, one or the other, and then you can bring that stuff to Siegfried. And we will most definitely do that, just not right now. I'd rather get a level up. But there is a point where doing that becomes important enough to where you might miss another NPC interaction.
Welcome home, speak. Very well, then taken.
We'll make it an even 20.
Farewell, may the...
And... okay, so biggest thing about this place is there's poison fuckery all over the place. There's slimes. Or I guess those aren't even slimes, they're slug things. So extinguish the 3 flames and open the door to the wolf's brood. Or wolf's blood. Generally, I really don't worry too much about the poison, as long as you are semi-confident that you're not going to be running into too tough of enemies. Yee! Fuck. They're not going to... poison won't screw with you too bad. And I'll probably go ahead and equip that. That's a rugged mask. It gives you a little bit better poison resistance. Take what I can get. Yeah, 25 poison resistance. Claricat does that, oddly enough. Oh, Conjurer's Hood's even a little bit better. Maybe I'll throw that on then. Or the Brigand Hood is even better than that. Well, we'll go with that then. Doesn't that look cute? But anywho, get my bearings real quick. We are going to get an optional item first, which, if my bearings are correct, it's this way. Purple moss, that'll take away the poison effect, if you want to try and go that route. Iron Flesh, that is a pyromancy spell, makes you heavier, but it's harder to knock you around, and you get a better defense. Now, up here, if you guys have played Dark Souls before, you recognize this enemy. Uh-oh, wrong button. These guys, afflict curse. And once the curse bar fills up, you're pretty much boned. And as you can tell, it fills up pretty quick. But we're going to be running into quite a few of these guys, so it's pretty important to just sort of take your time, let them pop out, see which attack they're going to do, and then attack them from there. Come on, buddy. Come say hi. Ooh, uh-oh, uh-oh, fuck. Okay, so there's an example of how we don't want it to happen. Actually, how much purple moss do I have? Only 3. I'll save it for when I actually need it. If I need it. Part of me is tempted to run past these bastards, but I know damn well that would probably bite me in the ass. If I fail again, maybe. But yeah, as you can see, Curse is a pretty... Really don't want to fuck with 2 of these guys at once. Curse can be pretty problematic. That's exactly what I didn't want. One more. And run away. Trying pretty hard to not let it build up too much. Ooh, boy. There we go. But like I said, there's much more of these bastards up ahead. In the first game, Curse was a whole different beast. You would lose half of your HP bar, and it stayed that way until you found out how to get rid of Curse. It was an attempt to kite you to a side quest, and once you realized what they were going for in the first game, it made sense, but what they were trying to go for was lost on a lot of people, so it just made a lot of people mad. Now, as you can see, I'm really not too worried about the poison, but again, I'm trying to watch the curse bar. Now, when he does that jumping one, that one's kind of the one I want to see the most, where they jump up and spit something at you, because the cloud's not nearly as fucking big. So when they jump up like that, if you have the stamina for it, you can roll forward. If you don't have enough stamina to roll and make an attack, it's best to just be patient. And speaking of patience, this area kind of demands it. Because that attack, that's the one I don't want to fuck with, because that's a big cloud. This area does kind of demand patience. When you start rushing through shit is... Uh-oh, not what I want. I misread what he was doing. And I don't want to be on this side either, because I'm going to accidentally kite something else up my ass. But yeah, patience. This area is really bad for, you know... It's goading you into getting impatient, like the sludge that's slowing you down. There's a bunch of enemies that, like these guys, these basilisks, they're not that difficult. But as soon as 2 or 3 of them start attacking you, next thing you know, you're cursed in a matter of seconds, and now you're frustrated, now you want to rush again. So that's exactly what this area is trying to do to you. It's trying to get you to rush and get you to make mistakes. This is not a throughway, but I want to get a look and see. I I think there's one more group of basilisks, and then we're going to be where I'm trying to get to. If I remember correctly. Pretty confident that I'm going to get ambushed. Or maybe I did get them all. Yeah, I see one more basilisk over there. That can't be the only one, though. And if you notice, there's a couple items up there, but that's not something we can get anytime soon, really. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought there was a couple of them. Need to retreat. Both of those guys are hurting. Okay, that's not what I want. I'm also backed up against the wall. That's not what I want. That is also not what I want. But I am also on the ground. That makes life a little bit easier. Where is he? Ah, why won't you lock on? There we go. Come on, buddy. Ballsy! Ooh. You know, that was kind of stupid, because it could have really fucked me, but basically I got lucky. Bearings. Which way did I come from? I came from that way, I think. Pretty sure. And I'm sure you saw that there's that fire over there, and that's mainly why we are in Farron Keep, but I am taking us to an item. Oh fuck, there is more. Of course there's more. I'm in a bad spot. But he died. And of course he has more friends. Okay. Ah, fucking Christ. Screw that. Screw that too. Fuck that. Fuck that too. Now, on the bright side, at least these guys are all getting kited one at a time, instead of having to deal with all of them at once. Well, at least so far I haven't had to deal with them all at once. So if you notice, got a little closer. If you notice, their main tell for when they're going to jump is they scuttle forward a little bit. They kind of... Moss fruit, I don't remember that one. What's that do? Temporarily boosts all resistances. Huh. But yeah, the tell for them moving forward is that little scuttle. And also... I want to try and show you guys, but it's hard to get a good angle. Those big bulbous things aren't their actual eyes. It's actually their poison sacs. Ah. Okay, now, so we're finally over here. We've reached a comparatively safe zone. And if you played Dark Souls 1... I want you to get a real good look at that mushroom. Kind of looks like it has a face. And then here, there's the remains of someone. We get a golden scroll. If I can open my menu. Learn the sorceries of Ulasil. A golden scroll chronicling the vast research of the Xanthus scholars. Give to a sorcerer to learn the arts of Ulasil. In the lost land of Ulasil, the sorceries orchestrated light and were said to shine in golden hues. And what we will also get from this is the antiquated set, minus the headpiece, which we will also get here, I believe. I might miss that one. I don't quite remember where that one is. But spoiler alert for those who haven't played the first one, the character that wore the antiquated stuff, and the antiquated stuff was actually really fucking overpowered in the first game. But she was a very important NPC named Dusk. And basically the player character, if you guys remember, in the land of... That was a weird growling noise. In the land of Lordran, time is very wishy-washy. And in the first game, the player character goes back in time and actually rescues Dusk. So, we are going to have a look up here. And I can't... that's exactly what I didn't want. Okay, so some of these guys are not too bad to fight. And some of these guys, like this one, are fucking awful. I'm probably gonna die. Uh-oh. Okay. Now, if you look, he almost fucking killed me. And it didn't even seem like he really did anything. When he's hopping up and down, they try to latch onto your back, and with my HP where it is now, it would be a guaranteed kill. He would almost instantly kill me. All I could do if he got on my back is sit there and watch me die. The way you can tell the difference, I forget what these guys are called, but there's two kinds of them. There's these ones that like aren't using anything, and there's ones with weapons. The one with weapons aren't nearly as problematic until you see them in groups. But I mean, that kind of goes for any enemy. And there is a thing to do here. I'm just looking around and getting my bearings first. And I also wanted to show you guys that dude. There's a few of these guys around. They are weak to fire. Luckily, there's bonfires around. And yeah, they're tough. We'll be fighting them soon. I want to draw your attention, though, as we look at these three fires. We can see the art over this one is depicting 4 kings. And the reason I specifically say 4 kings is they quite clearly look like they have crowns. And the 4 kings in the first game were one of the bosses that you had to defeat to get pieces of the Lord's Soul. And so what we're working on doing here is working on putting out the 3 fires that will allow us entrance into Farron Keep. Now, if I can avoid it, I don't want to fuck with that guy. Especially since there's 2 of them. Can I get over this? Because that would be ideal. Apparently not. Oh, you already see me, don't you? Well, this could be unfortunate. Will you let me walk back? Nope! Oh boy! Get in the fire. You didn't get in the fire. You suck. Oh boy. Now, what I'm not succeeding at doing, but trying to do... Fuck! Well, we had to come back here because there were items along the normal path you would take anyway. But what I was trying to do, and just not doing well, is get a hit on him, circle around and avoid his head. Get another hit on him, circle around, avoid his head. And what makes that really difficult is that magic that he's using. So now that we're back here, you can see there's items just fucking everywhere. So I'm going to get them in no particular order, just as we see them. The vast majority of these are going to be shards. There's a shit ton in this area. Prism stones, you can use those as markers. They kind of light your way. There might be a little bit of lore on those. I thought I saw an item over here. I guess not. Oh, there we go. Stone karma, that's a shield. The only reason I'm not stopping to look at this stuff is since I'm building up poison, I don't really want to dawdle. That's another one of the things up there, another one of the fires, so we'll head up and grab that. And there should be at least one, if not two guys up here. Yeah, one's walking around, one's sitting. Now, so you see these guys have clothes on, they have weapons. These ones are much less problematic than their cousin. As you can see, they still deal a lot of damage, but not like their naked friends. Wolf's Blood Swordgrass. That is also an important item. Extinguish 3 flames and open the door to Wolf's Blood. And again, I'm just going to go through and read these items at the end of this episode. Now here, remember the other one had what appeared to be 4 kings. This one seems to depict a tree with a hooded figure in front of it. It's suspected that that is a reference to, again, to the first game, one of the bosses, the Witch of Izalith. Now in the first game, the 4 kings, they were gifted fragments of a Lord Soul from Gwen, and they eventually became corrupted by the Abyss, much like the Abyss Watchers. The Witch of Izalith, she attempted to recreate the first flame, and it ended up consuming her and her family and the whole city in which they lived in. Yeah, there's a dude over there. Can hear him snoring over there. So that other one that we got, the one that we kind of got out of order so we could get the Ulasil scroll, that one's kind of that was either like the last one or the halfway point. I don't remember. Now this fucker, where'd he go? Right there. That's another one of the really tough ones, and he'll aggro from a pretty damn decent distance. I'm gonna try like fuck to avoid him. Shit. Forgot about those guys. These guys are some kind of a weird in-between point of the really bad ones and the clothed ones. Or they can be worse than the clothed... What the fuck? I don't know if I ever noticed that before. But they are a little bit worse than the clothed ones, but not as bad as the other ones. I'm kind of doing a scan for items here. I'm gonna go over here, and that dude's probably gonna aggro, and I'm gonna cry. Ooh, maybe not. I really hate fighting those guys, though. I'd much rather avoid them. Aha! Ow! One of the few saving graces about these guys is they don't have a whole lot of poise, so that at least helps you a little bit, but still formidable. And over here, this one is depicting a pile of bones forming a humanoid figure. And there's a very good chance that that is a reference to Nito, who was the first of the undead in the first game. And so it seems like this ritual that the Abyss Watchers created is sort of mimicking some of the early undead pilgrimages that involved collecting these Lord Souls. So now we have the door open. And there is some items that I've skipped, but what I want to do is get to that bonfire. That's kind of all I'm interested in right now. And at that point, I will probably go ahead and end the episode there. Couldn't remember if I had my bow equipped. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. That one in the back, I'm pretty sure... Yep, he's a shaman one that spits poison. Which isn't the worst thing, but it's, you know, inconvenient. Whoop. Bad time. Fuck! Ooh. That was almost extra bad. Okay, now this guy I'm probably just gonna bum rush. And retreat. Part of my problem now is just the fact that both of them are right next to each other. Now, and one option would be... One option would be to jump off the side of the bridge, go around, because there is... You can come up the other side. There we go. That's some progress. So that is an option. There. So you can jump down, wrap around the outside, and approach this bonfire from the other side, but there is some of those creatures that are on all fours down there, so you will run into that issue. And right down here we can see there is the door to continue into Farron Keep, And as we can also see, there are more items to get. And so next episode, I will probably get the items I know I missed, and then we will move on to the boss, which is not too far away, and that's going to be the that would be the first Air of Fire that we kill. I don't think we've killed one yet. The deacons weren't one. No, that'll be the first Air of Fire that we kill. So yeah, I will see you guys next time.